All right, if you're a startup founder and you just landed a big grant of cloud credits, this one's for you. The clock is ticking, and believe me, the choices you make right now about your cloud setup could literally make or break your company. So let's get into the playbook. $100,000. Just let that sink in. We're talking about the kind of AWS Activate credits that a lot of startups are getting their hands on right now. It's an incredible leg up, a huge injection of resources that can give you some serious, much-needed breathing room. Okay, so you've got the money. That's the good part. But here's the real question. What's the plan? How are you going to turn that pile of credits into a rock-solid, scalable platform for your product without accidentally burning through it on rookie mistakes? And let's be crystal clear here. This is not just some technical detail you can hand off to your engineers. Nope. This is a core business decision. The path you take here directly affects your burn rate, what your team focuses on, and ultimately, how long you can survive before you're out knocking on doors for more cash. So let's talk about path number one. This is the one that's super tempting for technical founders. The classic do-it-yourself approach. The thinking goes, hey, we've got the credits, let's just go straight to AWS and build it all ourselves. You get total control, which sounds great, but it comes with some massive hidden costs. Just look at this list. This isn't just about spinning up a server. Oh no. To do it right, you're building this incredibly complex web of services, load balancers, databases, file systems, security groups, monitoring, patching. And with the DIY path, you and your team are on the hook for building, connecting, and maintaining every single piece. And this quote just hits the nail on the head. Let that sink in. It's not a solution, it's a project. It's not a one-and-done setup. It's a living, breathing thing that needs constant attention and expertise. It basically becomes a second product that you have to manage, and it steals focus from the thing you're actually supposed to be building. So here's the trade-off. On the one hand, yes, you get maximum control and you get to use every penny of your credits. But on the other hand, you're saddled with this enormous DevOps burden. You're now in the business of security patching, scaling, and firefighting. And that usually means you got to go hire expensive DevOps engineers, which for most startups is a super high-risk move. All right, so if the DIY path is a minefield of complexity, what's the alternative? Well, that brings us to path number two, the fully managed platforms. The platform as a service model. You can think of these as beautiful, simple, walled gardens, but those walls are very, very high. And you've probably heard of the big names here, right? Acquia, Pantheon, Platform.sh. And listen, they are amazing at what they do. These companies are Drupal experts, and they give you this totally hands-off, streamlined experience where all that messy infrastructure stuff is completely hidden away. It just works. I mean, this sounds like the dream, doesn't it? You just focus on writing your code, they handle all the ops. It's simple, it's reliable. So what could possibly be the catch? Especially for a startup that's sitting on $100,000 of AWS credits. And there it is. That's the deal breaker. Because all that infrastructure, it's running in their AWS account, not yours. So you can't apply your credits to their bill. That $100,000 might as well be monopoly money. You end up paying for hosting with your own cash, while those free credits just tick down toward their expiration date. Okay, so this leads us to a third way, a smarter, hybrid approach that's designed to give you the absolute best of both worlds. You get the ownership and credit burning power of the DIY path, but with the ease and automation of a managed platform. The key here is something called an orchestration platform. Now, think of it like a smart remote control for your own AWS account. Instead of the platform owning the infrastructure, it gives you the tools to automatically build and manage a best practices setup right inside your environment. And the process is actually really simple. First, you just securely connect your AWS account. Then, the platform basically acts like a DevOps team in a box, and it goes and builds the entire production-grade Drupal stack for you. From that point on, you manage everything, your deployments, backups, creating new environments, all through a simple dashboard, just like you would on a pass. So what do you get out of this? Well, the benefits are pretty huge. You keep full ownership, which means, yes, 100% of your AWS credits apply. The DevOps headache is basically gone. You get powerful workflows right out of the box, and you could even do cool stuff like automatically pause dev sites to save money. It's a game changer. So let's put this all together now. When you lay these three paths side by side, how do they really stack up on the things that actually matter to a startup? This table tells the whole story. Look at the dimensions a startup cares about.
For using your AWS credits and owning your own infrastructure, the AWS Plus orchestration model is just as good as DIY and way better than a pause. But then, look at the DevOps staffing cost. It's as low as a pause and massively better than DIY. It just wins across the board where it really counts.
So, here it is, the key takeaway. The winning formula, the safest and smartest play, is this combination. Your AWS account, so you can use your credits. An orchestration platform on top to kill the complexity. And then, the option to add on 24/7 managed services for that expert backup when you need it.
And that brings us right back to the most critical question of all. Your runway is ticking away. Every single hour your team spends wrestling with infrastructure is an hour they are not spending on your product. So you have to ask yourself, are you in the business of building your product, or have you accidentally gotten into the business of building a hosting project? The choice is worse.